Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. If you guys are new, welcome. In today's video, I am going to be talking about how we bought our first home, how me and my husband bought our first home at the age of 26. All my notes are just right here on my phone, so I'm gonna be looking down quite a bit just to reference the points I want to make. So, how we bought our house. Number one, so we moved into my parents' house for a year. Before we were renting. We stayed at an apartment for a year. It was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment for a year, and then after our lease was up there, we moved into a duplex for a year, and that was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath as well. And it had a detached garage, which we loved. We love that, and just having somewhere to keep our car and for storage. Yeah, we were pumped about having the detached garage. We were like, this is more what we want. This is closer to a home. So we love that. And the duplex we were in was nice, don't get me wrong, but it was just it was newer. They remodeled, but it was just a lot of unfinished work that was in our unit, and we just couldn't see ourselves there long term, and we just knew that we wanted to start a family, and I feel like we didn't have room to really grow there. So anyways, I was expressing this, I think, a lot to like friends and my coworkers and just friends and family and coworkers. And one day, I think one of my coworkers she mentioned maybe like staying with my parents for a little while to like save up. And I was like, like at first I wasn't really sure, and then I just kept thinking about it. And then I talked to my husband, and I talked to my mom and my dad about it. And at first, like, they really wasn't on board, but then they kind of got behind the idea and thought it would be really good. So that's what we ended up doing. I originally just wanted to stay at my parents for about 6 months, but everyone was like, no, do a year. So we ended up doing a year or two. I think I already touched on this. So we saved. We were able to save our paycheck for like we would be paying rent or be paying mortgage. So we were able to put that aside for our house. And my dad was like, why don't you just give it to me every month, and I just can hold on to it, keep track of it. And he just wanted to help. So we allowed him to take the money and put it up and kind of keep track of the money for us. He had like a little notebook and was like writing it all out, keeping track of the total. And yeah, so that's really how we did that. And then we did have to give them a small amount every month, and it was like less than $200. So that was really nice of them. And number 3, so we had to work on our credit. Our credit was, it was not good. So I don't even remember what mine was at. I think mine was maybe like low 600s, and Jeremy's was in the 5s, but we were able to work on that. I had one, I think I had 2 credit cards, and Jeremy had one, but he had to get rid of that one and get another one. So we were working on that as well. So I would use my credit card for like gas, or just something that I could remember to keep paying on. Yeah, so I suggest like you do gas or like groceries, something that you're already gonna be paying for, and then just use your credit card and then pay it off with your debit card. So that really helped us boost our credit, was just working on that every month. That helped so much. I'm trying to think what else helped. I think just paying our bills on time. Like we had money left over because, you know, we weren't renting or having to pay for rent. So that allowed us to really buckle down and like focus on paying things off and paying our credit like on time and that sort of thing. Number 4, apply for a home loan. So I think I applied a couple of times when we were still living with my parents. I think the first time was like just too early and our credit needed to be a little bit better. We weren't quite ready. And then the second time we were ready, it worked out. Our credit scores were looking great. And then we just had everything lined up. Like it wasn't time yet before. It was just perfect timing the second time around. So I applied at 2 places. Didn't do that, I just applied at a bank, but this time I applied to a mortgage company. I think that's what you call it. Mortgage company, and then I also did a bank as well. And I don't know, I just feel like you need options just to compare the two. And I started working with a loan officer at the mortgage company that I applied to. She kind of started reaching out to me, and I was just asking a bunch of questions because, you know, I've never done this before. So she was very helpful with like all my questions and like how much money we needed for the down payment and our credit. And yeah, we went with the bank just because Jeremy worked there, and it just ended up being a whole lot better just going with them, and we got a little bit of a discount. So yeah, we went with them and we got approved. Number 5 is shopping for houses, which is the fun part. That was the most exciting, I think, for me. We went with a realtor that I used to work with. She was a good friend of mine, and she's really great. I can put her information down below. Her name is Kristen. She helped us so much with finding a home. We looked at, I'm gonna say like 5 or 6 homes, and yeah, it was just a good process. You know how realtors are able to see the homes that are upcoming or just about to be on the market. So she saw that and sent us this home like a couple days before, I think, and she set up a tour like right away, like the same day we were able to, like, people were able to view it. So we were one of the first people in the home, which was really nice. And we really loved how open the home was. The bedrooms weren't too close to the master bedroom, and just had so much storage. Storage all throughout the home. The one thing we didn't get was a pantry. I did want a pantry, but this home did not come with one, but I have plans for that, and it wasn't a deal breaker. So yeah, it just all worked out, and we were able to purchase this home. This is number 6. After we purchased the home, or the owner accepted our offer or whatever, we had to wait for closing. And like I said, we were going to do the Cherokee loan, but the government shut down, And so we were just waiting. I think we waited 2 months to close our home. And it was just such a drawn out process. Like, I know people say like it can take up to 30 days or even longer. We had to do like 2, I think, extensions, because you can only wait so long, and then they require an extension. I don't know if that's the right word, but that's what I'm gonna call it. So we had to sign more documents. There's so many documents and papers, guys, that you have to sign. People tell you that, but you don't really know until you do it, and there was just so much. Like, we did a lot of it, thank goodness, online, like on DocuSign, and then there was just more, of course, at the actual closing. So yeah, for the actual closing, oh, like I said, we went back to the FHA, for 1, because the government was shut down, and for 2, my credit score went down because of a automatic charge. But anyways, so we had to go back to the FHA, and we got to close our home. We closed, I think, on a Friday. I think it was like December. No, it was like November. Early to November. We closed on a Friday, and we were able to go to the title company and close then. I was still in the first trimester, and I was going through morning sickness. Like, it was just awful morning sickness I was going through, and I remember calling out of work that day. I was just gonna take off and leave early for closing, but I just called in because I was constantly throwing up. It was awful. But anyways, I was like, I can't miss this closing date. We can't reschedule. We've been waiting too long. So I'm going to the closing, and I remember throwing up right in front of the building. Anyways, so I was able to do that and still close, sign papers. I'll insert a little clip of us at the table signing papers.
So taxes and insurance are being escrowed as part of your monthly payment, and you're not going to pay those separately, okay? So identify your driver's license. We talked about that there is a homeowners association. You do pay that separately. That is not part of the monthly payment, okay? So they'll just send you a bill when it's due. If I need help fixing something, you'd work with me to do that. We didn't do a search to see if you had liens against your name that may attach to the property once the deed gets filed. You acknowledge receipt of the settlement statement, which you signed. And then we should have emailed you a copy of the covenants and restrictions for the neighborhood, probably a long time ago.
Yeah. I was thinking, it was back in like September.
It's probably been a minute.
I have them in your file, so I can send them to you guys again.
Okay. Okay, let me go make copies and turn your check in. And then you'll be on your way.
Okay.
And then we were done. We were able to get the keys and move into our house. So yeah, it was great. We took pictures with a little sign that says, what does it say? I don't know. We said yes to the address, I think one of them said, and it said the other side said sold. So we definitely had to take some pictures. And yeah, that was it. That was the whole process of me and Jeremy buying our house. Guys, that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below if you guys have any thing, or if you want to share your experience. Please do so. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already. If you guys want to see more house videos, I have so much filmed that I plan on showing you guys. If you have any house ideas for me, please be sure to let me know. And yeah, subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next